Alright, this is the interior of the car. Got the steering wheel cover right here that matches the wood grain on the rest of the car. If you take a look at it, got some floor mats there. I started cleaning it up, and I'm gonna finish cleaning it up. Right here, tan interior, a little dirty and dusty in some places. Almost everything works. The few things that don't work now that I look at it, the memory seats right here. I had the window regulator replaced, and the technician forgot to plug the memory seats back in. So it works, it's just not plugged in. The mirrors right here, they don't work. You have to adjust them manually. Both windows work. Door locks work. Let's see what else. It has, the typical sc300, 400, cracked vents right here. They all have this little crack right here on the leather. All do that. The crack on the top of the seats back there. I'm going to clean these up. They're looking a little dirty. Especially right here, but I'm gonna, clean all this up. I have some new floor mats right here that I got from my work. I'm pretty sure they're for an RX. I'm gonna see if they fit, so I don't have to clean these old ones. I'll just throw these new ones in there. If they don't fit regardless, I'll throw them in with the car. I don't need them. Let me see what else. Get my stuff out of the way. Let's see. All the speakers work. Only thing right now is with my aftermarket sub and amp. The amp keeps going out randomly. I don't know what it is, if it's a loose fuse or something, but for the most part, it turns off, but then it'll randomly turn on. And you'll know it turns on because there's a blue light that comes out from underneath the seat because the amp is underneath this seat. Oh, and speaking of the seats, I have seat covers on them, black and gray. The seats underneath the leather is pretty beat up, so I just had to cover it up, make it look better. It definitely makes a difference if you take a look at the seats themselves. Both seats, they are pretty much all the way back, and they don't move forward all the way. If you try moving them, it's only one side will move, and for instance, this seat, I don't know if you can really see right here. If I try to move it forwards or backwards, like backwards, for instance, only the left side will move into a certain point, but not the right side. And the reason behind that, like I said on the forums or on the Craigslist ad, is there's a cap that powers each motor, and over time, with the use of the seats, the caps on the edge of these little motors will pop off just by using the seats, and that makes the seats not want to move anymore because it has like a metal contact at the end, and it won't move if it doesn't have the cap there. All you have to do is find the caps at a junkyard, because they don't sell them through the dealer. The dealer's gonna try to get you to buy a $1,000 seat track, which is definitely not necessary. You just can find these caps either underneath the seats already, or find them at a junkyard from an LS400 or another SC, pop them in, and your seats are working fine again. I did this with this driver's seat, but I only got one cap at the junkyard. I didn't realize that I needed both, but I've gotten lazy and never went back. But if you didn't want to do that, you can also, the seats, there's 4 screws to each seat. You just take the seats out. You can wind it up and scoot the seat forward as much as you'd like, and then, just bolt the seat back in. And, it's a temporary fix that way. Let me see what else. Sorry for all the balls of water I have back here. Anything else interior-wise? Here, let's turn the car on. Car turns on just fine. The needles, as you can tell right here on the dash, they're blacked out, but they still work, so everything works fine. Car idle's great, no hesitation, it doesn't idle and then stall out. Like I had mentioned on the forums and online, the check engine light's on, but it'll excuse me, it'll randomly go on and then it'll turn off. It's the MAF sensor that's dirty, so it needs to either be cleaned or replaced, and it'll take care of that. For the most part, I bet you, like, when I make my drive home, it's gonna turn off. Usually on the drives home and back is when it turns on and it turns off. Around the city, it never really turns on. The lighting back here is it's blacked out. It doesn't turn on anymore, which is a common thing on these cars as well. I just never got around to doing it, but I mean, everything else works. Let's see, sound system works fine. I use the tape player right here. Let's see, trunk right here, got everything, everything works. AC works great, blows cold, ice cold. The heater works just as great. There's no issues with that whatsoever. Let's see, defrosters work. I've been using the tape deck, connected to the iPod. That's how I've been doing the sound in this car. I don't use the CD player. Oh, right here, I just have a temporary Fixus bandana to cover it, but I took this car to a sound shop a couple months ago, and I took it to Allen Ed's. I don't know if they have any out there in Alabama, but supposedly it was a reputable shop. I took it there to install a subwoofer and an amp, and I don't know how, they completely ripped off this button here, and a little bit of the carpet right here on the edge, if you see that brown trim right there, it's a little loose right there, because all they did, instead of removing it the proper way, they just yanked at it, so that the staples on it are loose. But right now, if you look at it, it doesn't look any different, but if you look any closer, you try to peel it back or anything like that, you can tell that it's, it's a little loose right there. Other than that, since I do have the 97 taillights, and this 93, you're always gonna get the taillight indicator bulb. This is always gonna come up each time you put your foot on the brake for the lights, because it's they're not the same lights from that came with the car. So it treats it as aftermarket lights, and it thinks that it's a different light, so that's why it throws that code. But I mean, I've checked all the bulbs. I put brand new bulbs and everything back there. I still have the original taillights. If you want those, I'll send those as well. I have the original exhaust, suspension, pretty much everything that I took off besides the OEM wheels I have that I'll include with the car. Let's see. Yeah, you do get a little bit of the hyper blink. There's a fix for that, but I mean, it doesn't really bother me, so that's why I've left it. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, as far as the interior... Oh, one more thing now that the car's on. About this car, it's a two-door coupe, so... And especially with these SC doors, they're pretty heavy doors, so eventually, whether it's this SC or any other SC that you buy, you're eventually going to get the worn door hinges. This driver door is a little worn. You can kind of hear it a little bit. Sometimes it'll make like a popping sound, but it always closes. It's not gonna fall off. I was gonna just go to a junkyard and replace the hinges, get them off a different SC, but like I said, I can't hold on to the car anymore, and I can't invest any more money into it, so I'm just getting rid of it. But you don't have to, take it and spend, $3,000 at a body shop. Just go find the hinges at a junkyard, put them in, and you'll be good to go. Other than that, I got HIDs on the car as well. Don't know if I mentioned that. They work fine. High beams work well as well. Power windows work fine. Not a problem. The sunroof. Sunroof works good too. Let me open it up. One thing is, it's not like the newer Lexuses where it's just like one touch and it goes all the way back. You have to, hold your finger there. All these interior lights work. Let me see what else, Mirror reflector, all works. see. Other than that, I think that's it. If not, if I missed anything, you know, just let me know, and I'll definitely take a video of it. But like I said, you know, AC works gold. Never lets me down. Right here, boom, center console, everything works, you know. And yeah, as far as the interior, I think that is it. Well, yeah, that's the interior.